I mean, you look at Brady in his 20 years with the Patriots, he probably had a top 10 defense 10, 12, 13 times. You look at what he had since he's gone to Tampa, that defense has been very good, except last year. The first year, they were really good. This year, they've been outstanding, averaging giving up about 6.5 points per game. I don't know if that's going to continue, but the defense is very good, and Tom Brady throughout his career has always had very good defenses. Just take a look at the NFC Championship game. Rodgers was held to 2 field goals twice inside the red zone. Tom Brady threw 3 picks, and his defense was held up. And a lot of the plays that we were talking about, Skip, early the first drive of the game, the Packers marched right down the field. And the Bucs defense bowed their back, keep them out of the end zone. Late in the ball game, when we talk about Matt LaFleur ended up going for the field goal. They got it 1st and goal at the 8. The defense bowed their back, keep them out of the end zone. Questionable, should he go for it? No, he sends the field goal unit on the field. Those are the plays that where Tom Brady got into the red zone, Green Bay's defense wasn't able to bow their back and keep Tom out of the end zone. You see twice. So that's the difference in the ball game. And I'm not saying that Tom Brady, because Tom didn't play well in the championship game, Skip. He didn't. You can't throw 3 interceptions and say somebody played well. I understand the outcome. You try to ultimately get the outcome. But I'm saying Tom Brady, what they have, the first play out of the second half, Green Bay fumbles the ball, scoops it up, almost gets a scoop and score. So I think that is the biggest difference. I think Brady has had great coaching. Think about so you get to see firsthand. The guy in Dallas, that was Aaron Rodgers' coach for about a decade, a little longer.
I'll give you that.
You want Belichick or you want Mike McCarthy?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Brady had. That's what Rodgers had. Defense, coaching. I think those are the 2 main reasons that Tom Brady has a 3-1 lead over Aaron Rodgers.
Man, you will give Tom Brady no credit.
Skip, I'm not, Skip, it's not like he's a bum. I'm not saying that Tom Brady's Cooper Rush. No, he's not. But come on now. I mean, Coach Belichick is, by all indication, is the greatest coach in NFL history. And look at the defenses. Rodgers, the one time he had a top 10 defense, he went to and won the Super Bowl. How many times has Brady had a top 10 defense? You remember his last year? That was a top 10 defense. Now, I didn't think it was as good as the numbers showed, and ultimately it wasn't. But you know he's had great defenses. That Malcolm Butler play is a prime example of having a great defense and making timely plays when you need to make them.
Okay, just for the record, against the Legion of Boom in the 4th quarter, he threw for 124 and 2 touchdowns and brought them back from 24 to 14 down. So you got to give him some credit for that.
Well, let me ask you a question. If Malcolm Butler doesn't pick that,
okay, it came down to that one play.
That's defense. But see, because here's the thing now. You remember when Tom Brady threw for 505? What did you say then? Belichick's defense. You give Belichick blame when they lose, but here you are wanting to give all the credit to Brady when they win. And I'm saying...
How can you even begin to defend Bill Belichick as the greatest coach ever when he gave up 41 to Nick Foles in a Super Bowl? 41, and his quarterback throws for a playoff record 505 and puts up 33 against a top 5 defense. It should have won it going away, and he gives up 41. And why he benched Malcolm Butler, I don't know. God only knows.
But I also watched him hold the greatest show on turf with 4 Hall of Famers on offense.
I've always given you that one. But I don't give you the first Eli Super Bowl because Brady did it again. Another game-winning drive with 2 minutes left.
Nah, man, I didn't let you get away with no 14 points.
Okay.
When you was averaging 37 points and you give me 14, what am I supposed to do with that?
I'll tell you exactly what you do with it. You look at the scoreboard and it's 14-10 for Eli. And all of a sudden, Eli gets the ball at the 25, having not to just get a field goal. He's got to go score a touchdown to win the game. And they go 75 yards against Belichick's vaunted defense with a touchdown pass to Plexico to win it? Yeah. Are you kidding me?
But Skip, Asante Samuel had an opportunity to end the game. Okay. They had Eli. When did you ever know Eli to get away from a sack?
All I know is it happened. Yeah. You gave it up. And all I know for sure is, to answer this question, why would I take Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers? Why has he had a 3 out of 4 advantage, including winning the last 3? It still boils down to, in this game, your game, it boils down to quarterback play in the biggest moments, the clutchest moments. And the more I observe and study your game, the more I believe the quarterback position is about 40% talent and at least 60%, at least 60 intangibles.
Okay.
It's your makeup, it's your leadership, it's your ability to perform when the pressure is at the highest.
Yes.
I can't quite explain Brady because he's inexplicable, because he's Michael Jordan in a really bizarre package,
right?
A baffling package, because you look at him off the field and he's shucks, gee whiz, and he can be so corny on social that it's like he's lame. It's like that guy is Jordan-esque. Yeah, he is.
Yes.
So I look at what he's done, and even he's going to face Mahomes next week, obviously. He's 3-2 against Mahomes. But speaking of AFC championship games or championship games in general, remember what he did in the cold in Kansas City? They did win the toss, and Patrick played great in that game. Put up big numbers. I give you that.
And guess what? One defense, you said the defense didn't stop, and Tom Brady got the ball and had 3 3rd and 10s. A good defense would have got off the field at least on one of those.
Okay, but it's the intangibles. It's the difference between even Brady a little bit above Mahomes is in the biggest moments, he throws 3 passes that convert 3rd and 10s. It's impossible in a row.
On the defense, that's not so you don't think Mahomes? Because think about what Mahomes did to get back. He gave them the lead. Brady came back, gave them the lead, and then Mahomes goes down the field in 32 seconds and gets them in field goal range.
Okay. What did Aaron Rodgers say yesterday when he was asked about, will you play until you're 45? No way, he says. He said, I have a lot of other interests. This is the difference between Aaron and Brady. Brady is flat out obsessed with what he's doing to the detriment of his family situation, to the detriment of his health, because he's still out there. You say he doesn't get hit very often, but he gets hit.
Yeah.
And now he's got a finger injury because he banged it on somebody's helmet. And it's the ring finger on his throwing hand. It was bothering him in practice. He gets beat up through the year. He's 45 years old.
Man, I want him to stop doing all this. I mean, because Brady would have things in New England you'd never hear about it. The only thing you heard about Brady was that thumb when he cutting apples. And now all of a sudden, every little injury Brady gets, we hear about it now. We keep finding ways to say, instead of just saying, Tom Brady isn't playing well, we keep trying to find excuses. Well, it's his ring finger, or it's this. Because Skip Bayless told me this man go with the MVP, and he still might. But all I know is he's completing 59% of his passes, under 60%. He's throwing for a little above 200 yards a game, and he's got 2 touchdown passes. That's what he got.
You seen that Dallas defense?
That's what he
lately?
got.
You seen it?
Is he the GOAT or not?
You seen Micah Parsons lately?
Is he the GOAT?
Did you see Micah get him twice?
Is he the Skip?
Oh, he's the runaway GOAT.
Okay, then.
You know it.
Okay, if he the runaway GOAT, well, run away and do something bad to Dallas defense.
Okay, nobody does. You see what it did to Joe Burrow last week? And he's the next Brady.
Man, but Pittsburgh held him to 17 points. You make it seem like Joe Burrow been going up and down the field.
Okay. Have you seen what New Orleans defense has done to Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. in the previous 4 games?
Did you see what Tampa's defense did to New Orleans? Did you see what Tampa's defense did to Dak Prescott?
Okay, but you didn't answer my question. Did you see what New Orleans has done to him? No team in history, including your Ravens back in the day, has had Brady's number like New Orleans and Dennis Allen's defense has had it.
Think about what you just said. Think about it, okay? Last year, New Orleans beat Tampa 9-0. I would like to think
9-0 at Tampa? How do you do that?
Think about it.
Shut out the GOAT.
9 points. You tell me the GOAT can't get 9? Okay, they lost again, 38-3. You mean to tell me the GOAT can't get more than 3 points?
I just told you that. It's 47-3 overall in the 2 games played.
Well, how you to go with those kind of numbers?
By the way, I got the GOAT in this one, the second game this year. Want to bet on that one?
What?
I'll take the GOAT against New Orleans in Tampa this year.
No.
I told you part of the reason he said unfinished business, I'm coming back, wasn't just to win another Super Bowl. It's to get even with New Orleans twice, and he will.
All I'm saying is that I'm not saying that Brady isn't great. But Brady has been, nobody has had a coach as long as Brady has had stability in New England. 20 years. And the defenses have been exceptional.
Okay.
You know that, and I know that.
I don't know that they've been exceptional.
Skip. I'm not Skip. Everybody can't be the 2000 Ravens or the Steel Curtains or the 85 Bears. Everybody can't be that. But these defenses, they were top 10 defenses, sometimes top 5.
Even you have acknowledged, if not admitted, that Belichick got away with old school coaching tactics because Brady was the buffer in the locker room.
Yeah.
That's why I call him the greatest leader in sports history, because he led that team and he kept telling everybody behind closed doors, we can win in spite of that. It'll be okay.
Well, Brady has to take some responsibility for them not, because all they did was try to lowball people. That's why they couldn't get him no help. Because
he was lowballing himself.
Yeah, exactly. And so when everybody, and because this, and Darrell Reeves was telling the story about how he wanted to raise, he said, well, we don't pay Brady that. So it was always, how can I get my money when Brady keeps taking peanuts? They're going to give me walnuts. If they give me Brady peanuts, they're not going to give me pecans. They're going to give me acorns.
Yep.
So Brady has to take some responsibility, because maybe he could have had some more help, or he could have got 10 if you get the right pieces. But they weren't going to pay anybody, because Brady's like, I'll take chicken feed, and I don't know what they did with the money.
So all he was doing through those years was winning 6 Super Bowls with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter and/or overtime. 6 times. All of them were close, all of them to the wire. Should have won a 7th one against Eli. Should have won an 8th one against Philadelphia.
You do realize, Skip, in order for you to do that, you remember the Rams? The score was 13-3. Now, how good is your defense to hold the #1 scoring team to 3 points when they averaged 33? How hard is that to do? They did that. Tom Brady scored 13 points. 13 points should lose you a ball game. 13 points won them a game by 2 scores.
How good was Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. against the greatest defensive player ever, according to Shannon Sharpe, Aaron Donald, and his defense that year, to go on a long drive in the middle of the fourth quarter to win the game, including 2 big passes to Gronk.
He did that, but let that sink in. You tell me a team that says, okay, give us 13 points. If you hold a team to 13 points, you expect to win. But not if you only score 3. Jared Goff was awful in that Super Bowl, and you know it.
Okay, he was, and that is the point. Thank you for saying that, because I don't think Belichick's defense was extraordinary.
Yeah, they were.
He was extraordinarily awful.
Skip, could have easily been the player of the game, Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore had a pick, had a tackle for loss, sack, forced fumble. He was all over the field. That defense was all over.
Edelman got MVP.
He deserved it.
Okay.
But if Stephon Gilmore had gotten MVP, I don't think anybody would have been like protesting.
I would have been fine with that. He had a good game. Good for him. But in the end, you are underestimating the leadership intangibles, the clutch play intangibles of Brady. Even when he's having a quote-unquote bad game, even the championship game at Green Bay. Remember the sweet throw at the end of the half to little Scotty?
Yeah.
He just ran past whoever it was.
He did, right? Skip. No. Tom Brady comes with credibility. So whatever he tells you, because of who he is and what he's been able to accomplish, that's more than any coach. I mean, guys are going to listen to Tom more than they listen to Todd Bowles, more than Bruce Arians, because of who he is and what he brings to the table.
And I've told you, I've never sensed or heard or felt anything but love in the locker room for Tom Brady. I have sensed and felt and heard a lot about not so much love for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, but Tom is all about winning.
Okay.
And Tom, and that's all you would ask for. And he'll take the blame. I mean, hey, when he doesn't play well, he's not. I don't really like the yelling and screaming, but I think he'll shoulder more of the blame and the responsibility when things don't go well, as opposed to try to obfuscate blame and put it off on somebody else.
Well, to me, the depth of love that Brady has versus the shallow love that Aaron Rodgers has, in the end, in a big game, in the big moments, it will pay dividends.
I can't even fight you on that one. I can't even fight you. You're absolutely right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.